Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Luke and I do perfume reviews. If that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing, give this video a like and leave a comment down below. Let's chat in the comments. This video is the second part of my spring series. In part 1, I talked about floral and vanilla fragrances that I've been enjoying recently. And in this video, I'll focus on 6 more fragrances that I enjoy or have enjoyed wearing in the spring. Some will be the usual suspects that I've talked about before, and some are completely new to my collection. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's start with the musk fragrance. I absolutely love floral musk scents in the spring and summer. I think they're light, elegant and inoffensive. Last spring, I used to wear Cacharel Noah a lot. I only had a 30ml bottle, so I used it up. But this year, I find myself reaching for Jovan Musk all the time. This is not the original Jovan Musk cologne, but the musk oil version, which came out a bit later. So it's not from the 70s, but it still smells a lot like the original cologne. I would say it smells almost exactly the same as the original version. It's a beautiful, clean, soapy musk with a very slight floral touch in the opening. It's neither a modern smelling musk nor a sweet musk, but it's also not a true animalic musk. It's a clean, soapy, vintage style musk that is perfectly appropriate for any occasion, any time of day, and any season. It's the perfect musk scent, in my opinion. If you're not into musky scents that smell soapy and vintage, this one isn't going to be for you because it does smell a lot like a bar of expensive soap. And it also reminds me of another 70s fragrance, White Linen by Estee Lauder, which is also a very strong, soapy, aldehydic fragrance. This one is not aldehydic, but it's very soapy. It does get a little more powdery and warmer as it dries down, but it's still predominantly a clean musk scent. I had someone leave a comment saying that they find this to be very animalic and skanky, and I don't get that at all. To me, this is more of a clean musk, more of a soapy musk. So it's been a long time since I tried the original cologne, but this one is just as beautiful in my opinion. To my nose, as I said, it's a clean musk and I would be completely comfortable wearing this even when the weather gets hot. So I don't find it to be a sexy musk nor a dirty musk. It's just a clean, comforting and nostalgic musk scent. So that's musk oil from Jovan. Moving on, we've got another timeless classic that screams spring to me. I'm talking about Anais from Cacharel. Anais came out in the late 70s and it's classified as a powdery floral scent. It's green, bitter and floral. It's also mossy and slightly incensey. It's the perfect spring scent, but it's not for the faint of heart. You have to like soapy, vintage style florals in order to appreciate this one. It certainly doesn't smell modern, but it's still a beautiful scent. When it came out, it was marketed as a young fragrance, hence the pastel-coloured bottle. If you watch the television ads from back in the day, you'll see an interesting interplay between innocence, purity, and provocativeness. And I think that's exactly what this scent is all about. It looks like something young, pure, and innocent, but as soon as it dries down, it shows its darker, more sinister side. The incense and the oak moss definitely give it some heft and character. To my nose, it's beautiful, but also very austere. It's a vintage style, bitter, powdery floral scent. I mostly smell the white lily and the hyacinth in this composition. Hyacinth has a green, bitter floral smell to it. It used to be a very popular note in classic perfumery. Nowadays, you don't really see it in many compositions, and the same goes for carnation. Carnation fragrances are something that just isn't fashionable anymore. So Anais is your typical 1970s fragrance. There is some sweetness to it, but it's definitely more of a green, bitter, white floral scent. The performance is also incredible. My bottle is the EDT, and this is the current formulation, but it projects and lasts for hours. In all honesty, it's not my favorite fragrance in my collection because I much prefer my florals on the ambery, sweetest side of things. But I really like to reach for this one in the spring when I'm craving a green floral fragrance. So that's Anais, and I have to move on. Next up, I've got another 90s floral. This one is Rare Gold from Avon. It's a cheapie, but it's a good classic 90s floral that reminds me of other more expensive 90s florals like Lancome Givenchy Amarige, but it's definitely not a dupe for any of those. It's predominantly a peachy white floral and yellow floral with some woody and powdery notes. I get a lot of sweet peach, ylang ylang, heady white florals such as tuberose and jasmine. The florals are drizzled in sweet warm amber and honey. So this is a lovely honeyed ambery floral scent, very warm, expensive smelling, similar to Lancome, but not quite as expensive smelling. This scent makes me happy and nostalgic because it's warm, sensual, and huggable. As I said, it's all about the sweet, nectarous flowers and juicy fruits. It's got a classic base of sandalwood, vanilla, and musk. I've had people comment that they absolutely love this one and that it reminds them of other 90s classics. But I've also got quite a few comments from people who absolutely despise this one. So it's definitely a polarizing fragrance. It's not for everyone. I'm definitely in the first category. I love it, but I love Amarige and Poème more. Still, if you're looking for an affordable 90s power floral scent, this one might be it. And yes, this very much is a power floral. I think I'll start using this phrase more often. In terms of performance, it's definitely a good performer. The sillage is good and so is the longevity. I usually reapply after 5 to 6 hours, but I never really spray more than 5 sprays at a time because it's the kind of fragrance that can easily get cloying if oversprayed. So that's Rare Gold from Avon. The next fragrance that I chose is Mon Evidence from Yves Rocher, and I chose it because it's a dupe for Yves Saint Laurent Mon Paris, and allegedly also for Miss Dior Cherie. Actually, I wouldn't say it's a dupe, it's more of a smell-alike. Miss Dior Cherie used to be one of my favourite springtime fragrances, but sadly it has been discontinued, so we have to make do with what's available. And I find myself reaching for this one when I want to wear a fruit patchouli, so a fruity patchouli fragrance, but I don't necessarily want to wear Coco Mademoiselle, which is a significantly stronger and muskier fragrance than this one. Mon Evidence is a fruity citrus, rose and patchouli scent. It came out in 2018 and the perfumers behind it are Olivier Cresp and Annick Menardo, who also created Hypnotic Poison, in case you didn't know. So Mon Evidence is a fruity patchouli fragrance. It's very much a pink fragrance in the style of Coco Mademoiselle, Miss Dior, Mon Paris, and a bunch of other pink fragrances on the market. For me, it's a good replacement for the discontinued Miss Dior Cherie. I used to have the 2011 version, and I'm glad I got this one, even though it's not the best dupe for Miss Dior Cherie. Actually, I don't think a perfect dupe for Miss Dior Cherie exists, or maybe I haven't found it yet. But this one to me is a good replacement. And if I just talk about the notes very quickly, the notes are orange, bergamot, rose, pear, peach, jasmine, patchouli, and vanilla. But I can definitely also smell some strawberry in the opening. So that's probably why it reminds me of Miss Dior Cherie. And it also reminds me of Mon Paris because it has this fruity patchouli combination that you can find in Mon Paris. And I have to say, if you enjoy fruity patchoulis or fruit choulis, Do check this one out if you're looking for an affordable fruity patchouli fragrance. How many times am I going to repeat this? I know I sound ridiculous. So that's Mon Evidence from Yves Rocher. I decided to include 2 more fragrances that I used to wear a lot in the spring of 2022 and 23. I used to absolutely love these. The first one is Lancome Hypnose. As you can see, I used to enjoy this one a lot. I used up 4 bottles of it. Yes, 4 bottles. And I don't normally keep empty bottles, but I kept these 2 so I can show them to you. So let's talk about the scent. Hypnose is a vanilla scent. It's a floral vanilla. It's a beautiful creamy vanilla scent with the note of passion flower, which makes it slightly sour. And this fragrance really smells like those sweet and sour candies, and I absolutely love it. I think it's such a special scent. It's not your typical mainstream sweet vanilla. It's a vanilla with a twist. That passion flower really makes it stand out, in my opinion. The dry down smells a lot like vanilla custard or vanilla pudding to me, and I used to really enjoy this one. I still absolutely love it, as you can see, and I think I should get another bottle because I miss it, if I'm able to find it, because I heard it got discontinued, which might not be true, who knows. Anyway, that's Hypnose from Lancome. Another classic floral that I think everyone knows about and almost everybody loves is Pure Poison from Dior. Now, I absolutely love how this smells. It's a fresh, citrusy white floral with a hint of sandalwood in the base. It smells very elegant, fresh, expensive, but unfortunately, the new versions have no projection or longevity on my skin, which is such a shame. I can't bring myself to buy a new bottle because I would be devastated if I paid that kind of money for a fragrance that is more watered down than an actual body spray. I just can't bring myself to buy it again. I keep spraying it on. I keep trying it. Every time I visit a perfume shop, I keep trying it and it just isn't performing on me. Luckily, I found a great alternative. I'm talking about Rare Pearls from Avon, another Avon fragrance. Again, it's a smell alike, not a dupe. It doesn't smell half as expensive as Pure Poison, but it does remind me of it. It's also a white floral scent, but it's based on magnolia, not jasmine like Pure Poison. And despite the notes being quite different, I find these 2 really similar. I like wearing Rare Pearls a lot, but in all honesty, it's a scent that can get annoying if you overspray it. I definitely prefer Pure Poison to Rare Pearls because it smells more expensive. It has that Dior touch. It's a much nicer fragrance, scent-wise, but it doesn't perform, unfortunately. So I wish I could find a reasonably priced second-hand vintage bottle of Pure Poison. I would pick it up if I see it. Maybe I will one day, but for now, I'll have to stick with Rare Pearls from Avon. If you're looking for a smell alike to Pure Poison and you're not willing to spend more than £10, maybe this one is for you. But I'm not making any promises. You might absolutely hate it. Avon fragrances are hit or miss on me. They either smell great or they smell like a chemical synthetic mess, and I have to give them away. I bought so many Avon fragrances and I think only 1, 2, 3 or 4 ended up working out for me. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. What spring fragrances have you been wearing lately? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching again, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye!